The Total Media Sports Network presents Boyd County Lions Soccer live on Kool TV. Now let's go to the Boyd County Athletic Facility for pregame coverage of Boyd County Soccer live on Kool TV.
And a pleasant good evening as we get you set for game number 2 this evening as Mason County and Boyd County in the opening round of the Class 2A tournament here in Cannonsburg. Good evening, everyone. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here as the Boyd County Lions welcome in the Mason County Royals in this matchup of the opening round of the Kentucky 2A. Mason County comes in with a record of 3-2. They've won 2 consecutive with wins over Pendleton County and West Carter in their last 2 matches. 4-0 over Pendleton County, 2-1 over West Carter. Boyd County sits at 3-1-1. They fell here last Thursday to Martin County 2-1 over the weekend, a 2-2 stalemate against Montgomery. We'll take a break. We'll come back and get you ready for the starting lineups and first kick. Mason County and Boyd County in game number 2 here this evening on the girls' side of things as we continue our coverage here on the Total Media Sports Network and Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Borders Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewis, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkeley, Strike King, Soon, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Back here in Cannonsburg as our starting lineups are being introduced for Boyd County. Walking out right now, you've got Moore, Allen, stand up here so I can see. So Moore, Burnside, Stevens, Smith, Allen, Burke, Allen, and I believe it's Bush in the net. I did not see the goalkeeper. We'll double check here in just a second. For Mason County, it's Emma Sims, Gross, Downs Perry, Grutza, Shields, Garrison, Bush, Campbell, Burkhart, Fox, and Gearhard. Lauren Kraft on the back line for Boyd County. I was one I was missing earlier in just as we were announcing here. So Boyd County in all black, Mason County in the white tops and the blue bottoms. Mason County will have the ball, working it from right to left as you view it on the screen, the same as I do here. Winner moves on to round number 2 of the tournament of the Kentucky 2A. And off we go. Boyd County throw in far sideline. As Vivian Allen will trigger in. Finds it to Aubrey Moore. Moore battling for position, working up that far line. Here's Burnside. No, excuse me, that is not Burnside. That is Henderson, my mistake. These black jerseys we are above the press, on the top of the press box, and the lights on the other side of it is just a glare from the top here. So bear with me here this evening. This is our first night game here, and we'll take a little bit to get used to this one. Here's Henderson working it outside. Now Burnside. Burnside working with 2 on, rolls it out toward Moore. Moore works with it at her feet, loses it for a second. Burnside's there to provide some extra help. Burnside trying to come to the right side, puts it on a 3-hopper into the net. And the goalkeeper of Emma Sims makes the grab. High booming kick. To follow us on Facebook and on X for all the latest around the world of sports and Boyd County athletics. Faith Burnside from the far corner. Good ball by Faith. Headed down toward the net, but just bends it to the right side. That was Savannah Henderson that got the header on it. So a good start for Boyd. Getting a quick look. Near side, Reagan Smith steps 2, swipes it away. Still battling for position. Now with 2 on, she finds the angle and takes it away. Loses it just outside the 18, though, as it's raked out of bounds. As the defensive pressure there from Jaslyn Shields, it's a throw in for the Lions. Trying to play it back out toward Burnside from Moore. Now it's raked out of bounds. It'll be out of bounds and a throw in for Boyd County. Savannah Henderson will come up and do the throw. So Henderson can absolutely launch one. She will have a chance to get them down toward the 18. There's the big launch down toward Burnside. Actually, they were looking for Henderson, then Burnside. Moore wins it near side. Now to Stevens. Here's Burnside. Curls it off to the left. Sends it toward the net with that left-footed kick. But not a lot on that one. And a goal kick, or a kick from the goalie, I should say, coming up. 50-50 ball out at midfield off the chest of Adrian Downs-Perry. Back out to Downs-Perry. Kraft trying to step 2 on the far sideline, battling for position. Working against Joanna Bush. And it's a Boyd throw. I believe. Nope, they're going to say it's off of Kraft, so it's Mason County throw. Hustling over to do the honors will be Aubrey Gross. Good header down toward the net, just outside the 6, and a roller into the keeper of Emily Bush. It was off the foot of Adrian Downs-Perry. We stay scoreless. Just over 4 minutes gone here in the opening period. Boyd County plays it out to Viv Allen. She loses it off of her footing out of bounds. Throw in Mason County. Now Allen regains possession out to Moore. Moore up that left side. Wanting to play it out to Henderson. Henderson with 2 in front. Trying to get to it as the defense closes out. And it trickles across the end line, and a goal kick coming up for the visiting Royals. Haley Dunham Campbell leads this team in goals scored with 3. Madeline Gretza has 2. Faith Burnside has been on a tear already this season. 16 goals in 5 games. Aubrey Moore's punched in 6 with 7 assists. Burnside rushes after it on the far line with single coverage, steps through. This one caroms away from a defender. Loose ball rolling out in the middle of the field, coming near side. Reagan Smith was there for a moment. Then Mason County regains possession. They roll it out to Gross, trying to play it ahead. Henderson just booms it out of bounds on the near sideline. It's back to Mason County. Gerhard sends it skyward. Boyd County had it for a moment. It's sent all the way back out near midfield. Now Henderson battling for position, working against Shields. Henderson on that left side gets the angle. Battling for position. She'll take the drop there to Allen. Good ball down to Moore. Now Henderson down in the corner. Henderson saves it in. Tries to drop back, but can't find feet. Mason County will clear. They'll bring it back out to Gross. Cheyenne Burke gets her first touch of the contest. And now Mason County building from that right edge. Out in space is Downs Perry. Kraft is there to turn it away. 7 minutes gone here in the opening half. Mason throw on the far side. Allen gets the deflection. Burnside swipes it away. She'll take it ahead. Working up that left side. Trying to play it ahead to Henderson. Gets it to Henderson with too heavy of a foot. Henderson fighting for position. Kicks it out onto the far line. There was nobody there, though. The left side did not continue to follow. And unfortunately, Boyd County missing a golden opportunity there of getting a 1v1. Here's a ball played off the head out there midfield. Gets at the feet of Aubrey Gross. Gross tangled up with Henderson, who takes it away. Reagan Stevens slows it down on the near side in front of her bench. Excuse me, Reagan Smith, my mistake. Here's Moore. Big ball to the left side as she switches fields out to Viv Allen. So Boyd County throw. And a foul against Boyd County, so a free kick coming up for Mason. Beautiful night here in Cannonsburg. Unseasonably cool, even though it's not cold by any means, but certainly not what you would expect this last week of August to be talking about hoodies and sweats weather after coming out of 90 degrees in the shade for the last month and a half. Good ball down inside the 18. Bush comes out and saves it enough for Boyd County to corral it and pull it out of there. Dangerous moment for the Lions keeper, but the defense stands tall as Kraft was the one to get the clear. Here's Garrison. Plays it in the middle. Kraft steps two. Has to work past her teammate of Burnside. And then gets swept off her feet, and a foul on Mason County. A free kick coming up, and Burnside will give it a boot. Burnside had her ice cream truck here Saturday night during the boys' game. Not Your Average Cow is its name. And the ice cream was phenomenal. She owns her own ice cream truck. We did get a sample of the ice cream, and also she had a milkshake that we got. It was a chocolate chip mint milkshake. It was unbelievable. Never made it on camera because it didn't have a chance. But we had chocolate ice cream with chocolate brownie with chocolate drizzle. And it's like, people say that's too much chocolate. No, it was not. It was perfect. The ice cream was so good. All right, Burnside working with it on the far side, drops it to Moore. Moore tries to feed it right back to her. They're playing a little 1-2 game, working up that left side. Moore with a through ball. Gets it out to the far corner, Allen. Allen bids it down inside the 18 with one on, trying to get to the end line. Moore will work the drop. It's raked out of bounds by Mason County. Throw in as we get a pair of subs coming on. Gracie Crow coming on for Boyd County. And in for Mason is Cambria Thomas. Off is Henderson for Boyd County, and coming off for Mason County is number 16, Haley Henderson. Boyd County with a ball. Burnside slams on the brakes, take it back to the left side. Fires it with the left foot. It's pinballs out of bounds, and this should be a corner coming up for the Lions, and it will be. 28.5 to go here in the first half. Burnside will go to that far side corner and try to play this one in. Boyd ran into a really good team of Martin County here last week, falling 2-1 in that one. And then a 2-2 tie with Montgomery County over the weekend. There's a ball down inside, turned away at the net. Smith gets banged up as she goes for the ball. Take a look at this one on your Ison's Cards and Collectibles instant replay. Had it right there at the front post. And that defender guarding the post did exactly what she's supposed to do. That was Cambria Thomas, who just checked into the contest. So Burnside will get a free kick from just over the 20. She's got enough leg right here to put this one in. She gives it a boot. It's a field goal from easily 25, 30 yards. So goal kick coming up, sub coming on for Mason County as Zoe Hamilton will check in. Scoreless, 13 minutes in. Moore settles. Takes it off to Allen on that far corner. Allen trying to get the edge. Allen loses the ball, but Moore's right there. Rolls it out to Burnside. Burnside with pressure coming from behind. Gets taken off her feet. A free kick coming up for Boyd. Speaking of Aubrey Moore, speaking of, first off, how about Faith Burnside? Take a look at this one as she puts one in off the free kick. Just a laser beam. Perfect angle. 1-0 Boyd. That's her 17th goal of the season. That one comes in the 15th minute. Back to Moore, though, as I was saying, before Burnside interrupted for a moment. That's okay. She has a twin. I had no idea until I was reading some of the data sheets that I got with them, so to kind of get a little bit about them and stuff. So her favorite thing about soccer is bonding with teammates, and her and Burnside have such a great kind of combination. They're almost like sisters because they know where the other one's going. You can watch how they move the ball on the pitch, and you can see where it's going. So the funniest thing that ever happened to her on a soccer field, though, is she got busted in the face with a ball. There's nothing good about that. That's brutal. Speaking of that combo, there's Burnside finding Moore, now off to Allen. Allen working that left edge. This is the direction that Boyd likes to work, working from that left edge and playing it back in. Allen with a player in tow. Has it taken away off of her feet. Great defensive effort there by Gerhard. And now back out toward midfield. Allen takes it away. Malia Allen. There's Kraft on that back line. Boyd County playing very high right now. They've got just about everybody across the midfield stripe. Burnside back to Malia Allen. Allen on that left side. Looking down to Viv Allen and loses it out of bounds. We get a sub coming on for Mason County as Madeline Grutza will check in. And she'll replace Sydney Burkhart. 15 minutes gone in the opening period. 1-0 Boyd. Allen rakes that one out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Mason as it moves on down the way. Drops it in at the feet of Eden Abshire. Now Boyd County steps through. Burnside takes it away but loses it. She tried to touch it. Steps two. There's pressure right there from behind to help her out. Now Burnside off the pass from Reagan. Plays it out near side on a beautiful ball at to Reagan Smith. Back to Moore. Moore trying to get it to that left foot. She'll drop it back into the middle. Maddie Stevens looking down inside to Burnside. Has it pinballed back to her. She'll play it off to the left side. Now Viv Allen. Good defensive effort there on the back line by the Royals as they take it away. Cheyenne Burke steps two, though. Boyd County again playing very high, as I've mentioned. Crow working down inside, trying to get possession. Can't do so. Burke comes in from behind, battling Gross. And now Stevens turns it off toward Allen. Allen overruns it, but it finds its way through. It's a loose ball, still anybody's game to get there as we get two bodies from each team there. Still battling for position. Mason tries to turn it upfield. And it's going to be a push on Mason County, so it was out of bounds on the side, so it'll be a throw-in for Boyd County. Here's Crow. Works it to Burnside, just outside the 18. Crow gets pushed off her spot, drops it off to Moore. Moore with heavy pressure finds Burnside, who steps through and gets tripped up. So another free kick coming. This one from about the 16, 17-yard line straight on. Burnside sends that one there and draws iron, but it's on the crossbar of the football uprights. And a goal kick coming up. Madison Thomas returns for Mason County. (1-0) Boyd, 18 minutes into the contest. Crow applying pressure on that far sideline. Ball pinballing away into that far corner. And now a pair of subs coming on for Boyd. I'm not certain. I do not have her on my roster. I apologize. Number 77. Malia Allen checking out. And a pair of players checking in for Mason. Boyd looking for win number 4 on the season. Lone setback to Martin County, a very good Martin County team. It was a great soccer match. And we got a player down on the far side. So look at the Boyd County's upcoming schedule. After tonight, they are the Road Warriors for much of September. They go to East Carter on Saturday, September the 6th. Then Ashland on the 11th. Pikeville on the 13th. West Carter on the 15th. Rowan County on the 16th. Minford the 20th. And they come back home for good on September 22nd when they play Estill County. Russell on the 25th, and they'll close things out in the regular season with a visit from Cabell Midland on September 30th. Again, we'll have all those games right here on your home for the Lions, Kool TV, and the Total Media Sports Network. 1-0 our score, the lone goal, Faith Burnside in the 15th minute. Trying to move on into the Kentucky 2A second round. So you have all these regionals that will play, and then those regionals play into, it's kind of like a super regional, and then the rest of the teams play into the state tournament out of the super regionals. Something they started up, it was 4 or 5 years ago. They've had the All-A tournament. That's your small school. So then the 2A started up to try to, not the big schools, but some of your bigger schools that could play in that wasn't considered extremely big. Here's Burnside, delivers a dart. It's deflected off of a player right, and it'll be a corner kick for Boyd County. This side should be Aubrey Moore, and it will be. Boyd County baseball winning the 2A this past year. So Moore from the near corner, leading 1-0. Driving ball nearly headed through. And it's going to be another corner, but this one goes to the other side. Boyd County had a player there that was crashing on the back post. I believe it was Maddie Stevens. Her and Savannah Henderson were both right there in that same area. And then it skirted past them and was deflected out by Mason County. So now Faith Burnside from the far side corner. Low driving kick sends that one into the side of the net. So speaking of Viv Allen, she scored her first career goal here about a week ago when they played Fleming County. Said her funniest thing about ever happened on a game of soccer, said the ref at Ashland kicked everybody out of the soccer game with 10 minutes to go. Yeah, that's always an entertaining atmosphere to be a part of as well, that's for sure. Henderson trying to head it out to the far side. That's a good ball placed with the header. Allen battling for position, working against Haley Henderson. Throw in for Boyd County. Nice ball touched out to Moore. Out to Burnside, into the corner, Allen. Allen just working it into the 18 to Burnside. Burnside rakes it through, knifing her way through. She's got 3 people around her still with a ball at her feet, looking for a drop. Mason County clears for a second, but Boyd County playing extremely high. They've got everybody packed in offensively, trying to get another goal. Here's Moore, finds Burnside out top. Burnside works to the right. Turns and fires, and a little bit too much. So this one was deflected out of bounds. And, we're going to get a free kick. So we get a foul. So this is going to be Moore that's going to take this one from the 15-yard line on the near side. Moore tries to curl that one in. It's deflected out of bounds, and now Boyd County receives the corner kick. So Moore, the left-footed kicker. Try to put one down inside the 6 and see if Boyd County can punch in another goal. They lead at 1-0 here. Here's Moore. Good ball. Deflected down and finds its way into the net. It's an own goal is how this is going to go down. It will be an own goal, and we got a player down as well. Take a look at it again here. Yeah, give me just a second here. Let's take a look at it here and see if we can get a. All right, here we go, out of the corner. Yeah. It was off the player that went down. Unfortunately. That's exactly what happened. It looked like it may have contacted her in the face. So 2-0 our score. In the 24th minute. That's a tough one right there. Nine o'clock in Cannonsburg. You hear the fire siren going off over at Summit Ironville Fire Department. And so the player that was down for Mason County was Zoe Hamilton. Good to see her coming back up and making her ways back toward the side. Hope everything's good to go with her. She seems to be in good spirits, so that's a good thing. That's a tough one. You get in the right spot and just have a ball catch you in the face. That's the game of soccer. I've played soccer in high school, and there's no worse place than take a ball right in the face. Just everything goes black, and your eyes are watered. It hurts, and of course, everything now. You do all the precautions to make certain the players are taken care of with concussions and stuff, and making certain they go through concussion protocols because you want to take care of the well-being of the player. And we certainly hope everything is good to go with her. All right, 17:44 to go in the opening half. 2-0 Boyd. And back underway we go. Burke settles that one down, tries to play it back out near midfield, and it caroms all the way back to her. Thomas with a drop, loses it out of bounds. It's a Boyd County throw-in. Into the game now is Whitley Henry. Mason County trying to clear it and send it to the far line. Also into the game for Boyd is Alyssa Perkins, we're number 7. Good header that finds feet. Now Moore works to the left, playing it through. Good through ball out in front, and the Boyd County player just lost her footing. I do not have her number. I apologize. I do not have her number on my roster. Here's Skylie Rogotsky, the junior, checking in for Boyd. Back in for Mason County is Aubrey Gross, as she replaces Eden Abshire. Off for Boyd County is Reagan Smith. Burnside plays it down into the corner. It's poked away by Mason County. Henry settles it down, plays it back right down to that same corner. Now Moore and Burnside in the same piece of real estate. Moore controlling the action. Moore tries to play it down in the corner. It's taken away for a moment. Burnside steps 2. Mason County clears, but that Boyd County defense playing extremely high. Starts that offensive attack right back as it gets to near the 35-yard line. There's Maddie Stevens right back to Burnside. Burnside pushing her way down toward the 18. Loses it on the attack. Maddie Stevens stepping 2, finds Aubrey Moore. Moore lining up for that left side. Rolls it down to Burnside. Burnside down inside the 18. Goes with the left leg. And a nice goal save right at the corner there. As the match stays 2-0. Emma Sims. So we've been told that the last goal has been credited to Cheyenne Burke on the deflection. Sub coming back in for Mason County was Madeline Grutza. Inside the 15-minute mark here in the first half. So it's a Mason County throw-in on the far sideline. Dangerous moment for the Lions defense. Henry's right there as she takes it away. She'll drop it off to Burke. Burke pops it right back down inside the 18. Mason County turns it away for the moment, but Boyd County's defense is right there. Maddie Stevens drops back out to Henderson, and she'll send it ahead. Brings it out near side, out to Durham Campbell. Now Burke settles it down on this near sideline. And she gets swiped off of her head and takes a tough fall right in front of the Mason County bench. She pops right back up and continues on. This one's thrown down the sideline, and now that ball was in when it was touched by a Boyd County player. That's Mason County's ball. That's an illegal touch. So it'll be a Mason County throw-in right in front of the Boyd County bench. That's the correct call. That ball was riding the line. And remember, in soccer, that is the ball has to go completely across the line. And that right there also involves a yellow card to the Boyd County bench. So that is assessed to the coach because of a player making an illegal contact with a ball. So it's a free kick now instead of a throw-in. Henderson turns it away on a big swing there by Harley Durham Campbell. Campbell tries to play it back down. Henderson deflects it, but sends it out of bounds. Throw in Mason County. Cambria Thomas to trigger in. Nope, now she's going to hand it off to Gross. Gross drops it in at the feet. Durham Campbell makes the turn. Working behind her is Henry. Down inside the box. Loose ball, and diving on it is Emily Bush. So we stay 2-0, 12 minutes to play in the opening half. Good ball by Bush out to the far sideline. Burnside has it. Works it up that left side. Perkins in chase, trying to run it down. Mason County's Haley Henderson gets there first, though. She loses out of bounds. It's a Boyd County throw. Perkins will do the honors. Now they're going to say it was touched last by Perkins, so it'll be Mason County's throw in. Morden heads that one out of bounds, so Mason will try it again, just moving a little bit farther up the field. Perkins had it for a moment. Now Moore. Moore rolling it in on a run for Burnside. Burnside works it out to the right side, trying to make the edge. Burnside takes it out to the right corner of the 18, still with two in tow. Slams on the brakes, let him fly by. Steps through the defense. One too many touches, though. Here's Burke coming through and makes contact with a player right in front of the Mason County bench. Player jumps up. Scary moment there, and she took the brunt of Cheyenne Burke coming through her. And she quickly jumps back up and gets to the sideline, but she is in a tremendous amount of pain. Again, that is the physicality of the nature of the game of soccer. But, I mean, that is a credit to that young lady right there to jump up like she did and get herself to the sideline. Athletic training staff immediately attending her. Back underway we go. Henderson saves it on the back line. Burnside tries to settle. She'll drop back to Henderson. She'll give it a big swing, bring it near side. Mason County's back line steps to. Burke tries to play it ahead. Henry looking for position. Can't get there. Her and Moore chasing down the ball. Moore's going to corral it in. Now Henry gets shoved off the ball, and that's a foul on Mason County. That's on Durham Campbell. So the free ball for Boyd County, as soon as Faith Burnside can get a ball, she's turning late. Where's the ball? I need a ball. Inside of 10 to play here in the first half. Faith Burnside with a goal in the 15th. Cheyenne Burke was credited with a goal in the 24th on a corner kick from Aubrey Moore. Burnside surveying. Now she's moved it up a couple of yards and not really certain why the difference there. Either way, here we go. Burnside trying to push this one down toward the 18. Moore gets a foot to it, trying to bend it backward. Can't get it to where she wanted it to go, though. Mason County clears. Kraft on that back line steps too, though. Out to Moore. Moore looking down in the corner. That's a nice pass down to Perkins. Perkins gets taken off of her feet on a big pop there off of Nakia Fox, excuse me. It's very dark under our tent. It's one thing we do have to add if we're going to do late games is some lighting. And it's a goal kick coming up for Mason County. 2-0 Boyd. 8:30 to go in the first half. Goals in the 15th and 24th minute from the Lions. Boyd looking for win number 4 on the season. Burnside intercepts this one far side. She's got Moore there if she wants it. Moore released and was going the opposite direction, though. Cheyenne Burke sends it down to this right corner. Nobody there for Boyd County. Henry trying to come up and apply a pressure. Burke settles down toward Moore. Now Boyd County with a drop. Samantha Henderson gives this one a big booming kick. And now we're just pinballing back and forth with the ball for the moment. Neither team really settling down. Now Moore settles down. Rolls this inside. Nice run trying to look for the through ball. Now Burnside. Here's Henry. Sends it out to the left edge. Perkins trying to save it before it gets across the end line, but she will not get there, and it's a goal kick. Check that. They're going to say that's a corner kick. Here's Kraft coming back on. Or, Gracie Crow coming back on. My mistake, 25, not 26. And Boyd County's going to pack it in. Kraft and Henderson, the only two really back. Moore takes it down to the 18. Pushes it across. Loose ball, and that one's touched into the net. Let me double check the replay here. There was a couple of bodies right there. It looked like it was Crow, and it was. Grow on the touch. So in the 35th minute, Gracie Crow puts in her first goal of the season. A little trash goal, if you will. That's one of those balls that you want to get it right in front of the net and just allow things to happen. And that's exactly what happened right there. That was a beautifully placed ball to get it in front of the goal, and then good things can happen. You get loose balls in front of the net, if you've got bodies in all the positions they're supposed to be in, front post, back post, middle, you've got somebody there to clean up those balls that just carry them away from the keeper, and that's exactly what happened. And Crow did exactly what she has to do. Just touch it. Don't try to overkick it. There's so many times you'll have a ball like that you just try to do too much with, and you will boom it over top of the net. I've done it in high school. I've watched kids do it all my life. An empty goal or a ball at your feet with a goal that you understand is just wide open is the most difficult shot in the game of soccer. Here's Moore. Takes this one away. Works down into the 18. Comes back out. Slams on the brakes. She's got a drop there to Henderson. She'll give it to her. She'll bring it right side. Henderson settles down. Eden drops it back out to Savannah. Savannah booms this one down. And the center back for Mason County of Nakia Fox sends it out. Inside of 6 to go here in the opening half. 3-0 Boyd. Nice job there by Kraft on that back line to stop the run for Mason County. Gives this one up to Moore. Moore turns, looks to the center of the field. She'll drop it back on the defensive line. Big ball up to Burnside. She knocks it down, turns, goes left. Working like Sonic the Hedgehog. Feeds it down inside. A beautiful ball there by Burnside. And a diving save that just misses. It's going to be a corner kick. We'll check the replay here in just a second. What a ball that was, and it was so close. Crow was right there, nearly had her second goal of the night. Moore's going to touch it off to Burnside. Burnside with nobody near her. Drops it off to Moore. Moore goes with that left foot. Sends it inside. It's a loose ball, still pinballing around just outside the 6. Burnside steps 2. Burnside finds an angle, takes it across, and a dart into the goalie. What a save. Take a look at this save here by the goalkeeper. Almost a direct shot from Burnside and just a laser beam right at her. 2-0 we stay. We're approaching 4 minutes to play. Henderson to launch it in. Big throw there by Savannah Henderson. Works it up to Moore. Now Crow with a run. Crow battling for position, working against Shields. And too much hand checking there. They'll get this one against Boyd County. It's always the one that gets caught last. Talking about Gracie Crow. Said her favorite thing about soccer, running. Funniest thing ever happened on a soccer field, her pants fell down during a goal. That her most embarrassing thing she's ever happened in a soccer game? I got pantsed. Favorite food is crab. She loves rap music. Favorite movie is The Visit. Anything else that you'd like to add about yourself? No. Where do you like to go if you go anywhere in the world? She wants to go to Alaska. I would love to go to Alaska myself. I think it would be a very interesting trip to make. Here's a ball back to the keep. Henderson boxes out as Bush comes out and makes a sliding grab. Approaching 3 minutes to play before halftime. High bounding ball. Mason tries to settle, pushes it over top. Mason County with a run. Slow roller out, though, to Bush. As it was off the foot of Durham Campbell. Here's Perkins, far side. Stevens with a good roll to Perkins, but a little bit too heavy on the touch. Sub coming on for Mason County, Maggie Gerhard returning. As she'll replace Cambria Thomas. My mistake. I forgot to put the 3. That's my mistake on the board. Here's Viv Allen checking in. As Perkins will check out. Two minutes to play in the half. 3-0 Boyd. Boyd throw up the far side. Stevens works on the back line, slows things down. Ball chipped out toward the middle. Burnside trying to get to it. Ball finds its way to her feet. She'll play it out into the corner. Good ball out to Eden Henderson. Henderson trying to run it down, though, before it gets to the outline, and she can't get there. Good idea by Burnside, just a little too heavy to Henderson, who couldn't run it down. So a throw in by Mason County. It's at the feet of Downs Perry. Burnside intercepts it near midfield. Plays it ahead out to Crow. Crow looks out right side, Henderson. And Henderson can't settle it down and loses it out of bounds. Here comes Jaden Stahl into the game for Mason County, her first action of the contest. Toss it into her, and she thought the ball was out. She keeps playing, just was going to let it go, and Boyd County promptly takes it away. 60 seconds to go. Burnside working her way toward the goal. Finds herself out top of the 18 in all kinds of traffic. She gets bottled up, puts it in the left foot, and finishes. As good as a scoop of ice cream from Nacho Average Cow, Faith Burnside with the left foot. Her second goal of the night. So the 40th minute, Burnside connects and makes it 4-0. Here's Burke. Plays it back up front. Henderson looking for Crow. Mason County settles. And now Henderson trying to get it right back. Burnside settles. Can't keep it down, though. 30 seconds, or about 20 seconds ago, excuse me. There's Durham Campbell. That was just raked out of bounds. 15 seconds of play. Mason County's going to have to hustle to get a throw here. Got a chance to get one down into the box if they hustle, and they're kind of really taking their time here. This one's headed away, and that's the half. Halftime here in Cannonsburg, and Boyd County in front, 4-0. We'll step out for a break. We come back, we'll break things down and get you ready for the second half of action here in the Kentucky 2A first round. Boyd County leads it 4-0 over Mason County. Halftime show when we return after this on the Total Media Sports Network and Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewes, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkeley, Strike King, Soon, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky.com.
Halftime here in Cannonsburg, Boyd County leading Mason 4-0. Here's how things went down in the first half. Faith Burnside collected her first of 2 goals to open the scoring in the contest in the 15th minute. That was off a free kick, 1-0 Boyd. Then in the 24th minute, Cheyenne Burke was credited with a goal off of a corner that was deflected away from a player. That made it 2-0. Then in the 35th minute, it was Gracie Crow that finished in front of the net on a nice through ball by Boyd County. That made it 3-0. And then Faith Burnside, inside of a minute to go, takes it to the left side with the left foot and buries it in for her second goal of the game, her 18th of the season. And Boyd County in the locker room leading 4-0 here at halftime in the Kentucky 2A. Earlier this evening, it was Mason County boys beating Boyd County boys 2-0. So they'll move on into the second round of the tournament. And those games still to be determined of where the locations will go. They will not play here. It's not this place is not the host side of it, just where this was the host game for tonight. And then eventually it culminates to a state tournament that plays, and that comes up in about a month, I believe. So they play this fairly quick. It's sometime next month when they try to get all that stuff together. But kind of a mid-season tournament, if you will, before you get into your latter district tournament, latter district games that lead into your district tournaments. And, of course, districts get going that first full week of October, and then following week we'll get things rolling for the regional tournament coming up this year. A lot of things going on around Boyd County. They head back to school tomorrow, so first day on campus for students. So they were talking this evening. Obviously, tomorrow traffic will be crazy out here, so give yourself some time to get from where you need to go and everything. Boys will be back in action here Thursday night, 6:30 against Fleming County. We'll have the action right here on Kool TV beginning at 6:20. Boyd County football on the road again this Friday night. They go to Rock Hill. You can catch all that action right here on Kool TV with the audio-only stream, as well as on Kool Hits 105.7, or excuse me, Hank FM on 105.7 FM. And then next week, Boyd County will be home when they have their home opener against East Carter. And you can catch all the video stream right here on Kool TV. So a lot of stuff going on. Again, we're happy to have Boyd County on first time this year. We've done a lot of soccer games already. Had the football game last Friday night. We've got some volleyball games coming up very soon. And, of course, boys and girls basketball action, softball, baseball, all in the spring. So a lot of things happening around here in Cannonsburg, and it's all going to be right here on your new home for Lions Athletics, Kool TV, and the Total Media Sports Network. All right, we'll step out for a break, and when we return, we'll get you ready for second half of action. Lions in the locker room up 4-0 on Mason. We continue after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
Since 19 for being a part of our journey.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery.
In your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Cannonsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Borders Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Borders Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewis, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Soon, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky.com.
We've got the next round if Boyd County continues on through this one, where they currently lead 4-0. But then their next 6 games, East Carter, Ashland, Pikeville, West Carter, Rowan, and Minford, all on the road. They do not come back home until the 22nd of September with Estill County. Then Russell on the 25th, Cabell Midland on the 30th. And then that'll wrap things up for the regular season for the Lions. Don't forget, over on our Facebook account, one of the things that we have added into our stuff that we're doing this year is the top 10. So we're taking all of the plays of stuff that we have had video on, whether we've done a stream on it or our social media guy, Jacob Hankins, has been out and been gathering footage, and we are putting that into a week top 10. And we do it with all of our schools that we've got in there and stuff. So each Monday at 11 a.m., that gets put out on our Kool TV Facebook page. So be sure to tune in. The first one's already out there, and we had several girls' goals that was on there from last couple of weeks. So, all right, back underway. Boyd County leading at 4-0. The second half gets rolling. Boyd County will be working offensively toward the field house now. Mason County with the ball, working toward midfield, booms it near side. Downs Perry trying to chase it down with Malia Allen right behind her. Working it down just outside the 18 now. Looking to cross it across the middle. A dangerous ball. It's turned away. That ball had all kinds of bad intentions. Moore with a great ball out near. Was trying to get it to Viv Allen, and it's touched out of bounds as the Boyd County throw in. Great find there by Allen, or to Allen from Moore. Now Moore with the ball. Plays it up near side looking for Henderson. She did not release, though. That one's off of Henderson's feet out of bounds, and it's a Mason County ball. Here's Burnside. Works from the left to the right. Switches it all the way across and drops it off to Reagan Smith. Smith trying to bend it down in that right corner. Can't get it off the feet of Gerhard. Still battling for position are Smith and Gerhard. Now Allen chips it down in. Nice touch to Burnside. Burnside launches it down inside the 6. And a nice defensive play on the back line there by Thomas. Here's Burke stepping 2. Big ball up front coming out of the 6. And trying to chase it down and getting to the ball was Henderson, and then a collision with the goalkeeper. And we got a player down as the goalkeeper for Mason County.
Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Luz, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Soon, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky.com.
Since 1932, a part of our journey.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Cannonsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Well, back here in Cannonsburg, as Mason County's goalkeeper of Emma Sims being helped to the sideline. Certainly best wishes to her. Did not see immediately what happened, but as soon as she went to the ground after the collision there near the goal, she was immediately grabbing for the knee. And, that's a never a good sign. But certainly hope it's nothing serious. It's you hate to see a high school athlete go through any form of injury whatsoever, but certainly best wishes for her. During the timeout, we had a dance-off between Boyd County and Mason County, and there was a player for Mason County that Boyd County's player said, do it again, and she turned around and did a full-on jump split. And it was pretty impressive. So we got to see who now is going to go in goal for Mason County. All right, back underway we go. After the injury timeout. Trying to identify the new goalkeeper. She's got a penny jersey on now that's covering up her number. Burnside on the throw, drops it in at Moore. Moore right back to Burnside. Burnside drops back to Moore. She'll reset. Takes it all the way to the back line, who are playing all the way up. Now Kraft navigating her way through. Moore plays it down into the corner to Allen. Back to Burnside. Burnside just outside the 18. Gives this one a swipe and puts it into the net. What a ball from Faith Burnside. And a hat trick. Take a look at this on your Ison's Cards and Collectibles instant replay. You'll see that one on the top 10 this week. 45th minute. Tied with her 17th, 18th, and 19th goal of the year. That ball was off of Whitley Henry, who just checked into the ball game. Burke overran that one. I could hear her making a sound all the way from up here. Henderson works it to the far side. Now Burnside in the middle. Perkins also checking in on that last stoppage. There's Kraft on the back line. Plays it back up middle. Nobody there, though, but the loose ball finds its way in the feet of Cheyenne Burke, far side. I talked with Olivia Pennington today and was asking her, I said, is the starting lineup the same it was last? She goes, no. She said, I changed it over the weekend, and it worked, so I'm going to stay with it, but some things need to change. So there was a few pieces of the puzzle. They're still shifting around, and it's kind of one of those old adages. I think everybody's on the right bus. It's just trying to get everybody in the correct seat. And that's where they currently are, but they are very close. This is a dangerous team. They've got pieces that can score at all levels. Their defensive back line is really coming on strong. Here's a nice ball out from Moore to Burnside. Burnside finds her way through, gets down inside the 18. Ball still loose, trying to get to it with the goalie, and she gets swiped off of her feet as the goalie comes out and makes the save. Boyd had the run, but could not finish. There's a ball poked out in front, trying to chase it down. Trying to get there was Joanna Bush. But she couldn't get to that point of the contact, and Boyd's defensive line does it. Here's a ball down inside, but this young lady is offsides. That was Thomas. It was a good look. I could hear the coach from here saying that was a good look. It was a great look. The one thing I've got to fire myself on tonight, I've been terrible about hitting the goals. I've changed the time. I've run the replay. I've written everything down, and I keep forgetting to hit the goal on the scoreboard. That is totally on me, folks. You can shoot. You don't have to shoot the messenger. You can shoot the commentator. That is on me tonight. Working out the far side there is Bella Trimble, seeing her first action coming in at the last dead ball. Boyd County throw in far side. Burke to launch it in. Looking down toward Henry, she'll play it off of her head up to Trimble, and now Trimble steps through. Trimble with 2 on, though, sends this ball down in the corner, and it stays with the Lions. Really good job there by Henry and Trimble to get a run started up that line. That's where Boyd likes to build. They like to try to take the balls down into the corner and then build back into the middle. So this is Burke that'll launch it in from that far sideline. She can get this well down inside the 18 if she wishes to go that direction. They drop it back to her. She'll send it down into the corner. It's a goal kick coming up for Mason County. Burke defensively right back at it. She'll take this one ahead. She gets taken off of her feet and just continues on. She's already taken one big pop tonight. She rolled over backwards, smacked her head on the turf, and jumped straight back up. said what talking with Cheyenne about what she loves about soccer. She said being able to have a separate family outside of school and home. A lot of athletes they have that second family, that extended family with their players that they spend so much time with in the off season, during the season and stuff. It really is an extension of your family. Here's a perfect ball from Moore up to Perkins. Good job defensively there by Mason County, as Burkhart had it taken away, though. Playing it down inside. Trimble was there for a moment, but could not play it down. This one's be swiped out of bounds. Said her funniest thing on the soccer field happened, said she completely whiffed the ball. Said the most embarrassing moment she ever had playing soccer, throwing up at every game at the half, in the last half of the season last year. Said her favorite food, Chinese or Mexican. She loves all music. Favorite foods, Texas Roadhouse. You go anywhere in the world, either Paris or Hawaii. Said she'd love to meet Chris Stapleton. Said she no longer throws up at games anymore. So that's a good thing. Nearly 10 minutes gone here in the second half. It's 5-0 Boyd. Mason County with the throw coming up of Harley Durham Campbell, a junior for the Royals. Trimble coming up, applying heavy pressure, tries to save it inside, can't do so. Great effort by her, though. Here's Candace Garrison back in for Mason County. Stepping off is number 28, Gerhard. Here's Perkins, fighting for position right in front of her bench. And we get player swiped off her feet, ball kicked out of bounds, Boyd County throw. Henderson has 2 balls coming toward her. Henderson will probably launch this one down toward the 18. That's exactly where she was going. She was looking toward Moore. This one pinballs away, and that one's across the end line. That should be a corner kick for Boyd County, and it will be. And it'll be Faith Burnside from the near side corner. Moore comes over on the free release, takes it across the end line, chips it toward the back post, and right there's the keeper. Nice grab there by the keep for Mason County on a nice ball from Aubrey Moore. Here's Trimble, plays it down in the corner. Perkins trying to chase it down, not going to get there though. There's a drop from Burnside. Rogotsky, who's played some time in goal this season for Boyd when Emily Bush was out with an injury. Now Burnside takes it all the way to the far side, out to Henry. Henry trying to play it, trying to get to it on the ball from Burnside, but it's a little bit too heavy, and it goes out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up for the visiting Royals. 5-0 our score. Burnside with a hat trick, goals in the 15th, 40th, and 45th minutes. Cheyenne Burke credited with a goal in the 24th, and then Crow with a goal in the 35th. Here's Burnside, drops it out to Moore. Moore had it, can't settle it down. Boyd County's back line steps up. Rogotsky right there. Moore trying to chase it down, does so. Maddie Stevens brings it off to Rogotsky. They'll play it out near side Perkins. Moore trying to meet it, coming to it. Rogotsky off that back line, still staying with it. Now Perkins working it down to the left corner. Finds the drop, Rogotsky. Moore, nice ball down to Perkins. Perkins just outside the corner, has that one poked out of bounds, and throw-in coming up for the Lions. No, excuse me, it's going to be Mason County. Moore settles it down with the head. Perkins tries to play it back toward the middle. Burnside trying to get there, could not do so. Henry racing it down and saving it on the far side for the Lions. Plays it back toward the middle, but has it taken off of her feet. There's Kraft on the back line. Plays it back up now. Burnside, right side, feeds it through looking for Moore. Moore had it for a second, takes it back. A nice feed near side Perkins. Perkins down inside the 18. Puts it on the left foot, but got a little too much turf as she went to swing on it. A really good feed there from Aubrey Moore, though, and a great run from Perkins. But we stay 5-0. And an inadvertent handball there on the touch. Moore slows down in the middle. Burnside collects it near side. Moore wanting it out wide. Burnside tries to feed it there, but it's pinballed back to her. Burnside now working back to the right side, chips it down on a good ball outside. Henry just outside the 6, trying to chase it down before it gets to the end line. A nice save by her. Maddie Stevens plays it back negative, back to Kraft. Kraft a touch looking down for feet of Burnside. Burnside is there, wins the battle as she takes it away from Bush. And then she launches a dart. That's over the goal, through the uprights, and a goal kick coming up. Burnside is coming off. Viv Allen back in. Mason County trying to build a push, working up the side. Downs Perry, feeds it down in the corner. And Bush comes out and grabs the mitts for the runner of Joanna Bush can get to it. 16 minutes gone here in the second half. 5-0 our score. 4-0 at the half. 2 goals by Burnside in the first half in the 15th and 40th minutes. Put her third in the 45th minute. Cheyenne Burke and Gracie Crow adding goals in between that. Back here Thursday night with boys action. 6:30 first kick. We'll be with you beginning at 6:20. Boyd County brings in Fleming County. Football back on the road this Friday night as they head to Rock Hill. Ball to the far side, chasing it down. There's Burkhart. But she can't play it down and keep it in bounds. It's back to the Lions. A pair of subs for Mason County setting to check in on the next stoppage. Here's more with a little bicycle kick over the top. But couldn't play it in bounds as Henry can't get to it. Subs in for Mason, it's Madison Thomas and Zoe Hamilton. Hamilton back in. She took that tough hit earlier to the knee that, if I'm not mistaken, she was the one that kind of hobbled off to the sideline, if I'm not mistaken. Henry with the throw for, no, excuse me, they'll put it over to Mason County. So back in is Burnside. Shaylee Cassidy was trying to get in the ballgame, didn't make it, though. Maddie Stevens comes off. You have to be at the flag before the stoppage, and Cassidy hadn't quite made it there yet. Here's Moore. Brings it back off to Burnside. Burnside, right side. She's got Perkins on through, and a beautiful ball up to Perkins. Perkins down inside the box. Takes it down inside. It's taken away. Great defensive effort there by Nakisha Fox. But what a nice ball down to Alyssa Perkins on a through ball. And she did everything perfect right there, and the defense have just made a nice play. Great run by Perkins, though. So Burnside on the corner kick. Burnside touches it off to Moore. Moore gets a free release, gets inside the 18, still working across that end line. Fires a dart in there, and the goalie makes a diving save. Burnside makes a push. Bends it right. Loses the balls. Mason County takes it away. Durham Campbell trying to play the through ball but couldn't get it through. Now falling for position are both teams near the midfield stripe. Moore with the interception. Fox right there on that back line to take it away on the Moore through ball attempt. Rogotsky trying to tip it ahead. Now Moore down in the corner. That's down to Cassidy, who did get to check in on that last stoppage. And Mason County throw in. Back in the ball game for Mason County is Gabriella Gretza. Halfway home here in the second half. 5-0 Boyd. Fox taking a seat. She's been solid for her backline defense here this evening. She's made a couple of nice stops, including a big run they had earlier here that took one away from Perkins. Moore takes a throw from Cassidy. Back to Burnside with 2 on. Burnside finds player down in the middle. That's Viv Allen. Good idea trying to play it down to Moore, but it was intercepted on that back line. Good job defensively by the Royals. Boyd County's defense playing high. Kraft has it out top. Boyd County throw on the far side. Here's Amelia Cry checking in, a junior. Her first action tonight. Let's see who she's going to check in for. She will replace Shelby White. Drop to Burnside. Burnside working down toward that right corner, gets taken off of her feet, and this should be a free kick. Moore's going to take the free kick on the far side. Her and Burnside have a quick word before Moore fluffs it up on the turf. Moore, that big left-footed kicker. She gives this one a ride, but just a bit wide. Plenty of leg to get it there. Just could not find the upright. So goal kick coming up as we'll go across the 17-minute mark. Macy Morrison getting ready to check in. We got a player that's being sent off. That's Adrienne Downs-Perry. So in the ball game is returning is Gearhart. Trimble comes off. Into the ball game for Boyd County is Macy Morrison. Morrison, a junior, getting her first action here tonight. Burnside wins it out near midfield. Brings it with the left foot, gives it a big swing, but it's wide right, but right into the midst of the goalie. Moore trying to run that one down inside the 18, does so, but it's defended nicely. Shields just basically boxes her out. She'll send it across the sideline, and should be a throw-in for the Lions in that far corner. Skylar Rogotsky will toss it in. Gets it at the feet of Moore. Moore feeds it to Burnside. Burnside with the left foot. Chips it to the near side, and it's wide. Out of bounds, goal kick coming up. Nakia Fox and Jaden Stahl return for Mason County. Off is Cadence Garrison as well as Jaslyn Shields. Crisp night here in Cannonsburg. 15 minutes to go in the contest. Rogotsky settles out. Boyd County playing very high as this one's raked down. Anderson with plenty of time as she'll turn it and bring it back upfield. But she just lofts this one into the Mason County bench. Garrison quickly back in for Mason County. This ball is live. Mason County tossed it in, and one of our officials was yelling at a player, making sure that she did not check in, and everybody just froze, and the ball hit off a Mason County player and was live, and nobody was moving. It just froze everybody. Cambria Thomas back in now. She was the player that was getting ready to check in that froze all of the action here. So it'll be a corner kick for Mason County. 13:30 to go in the contest. It's going to be Durham Campbell that will line this one up. Henderson turns that one away into the corner. This one's a chip up, and that's a really nice ball. And coming out and making a great save there is Emily Bush. Take a look at this one on your Ison's Cards and Collectibles instant replay. Just return to sender, and then Bush comes out, sticks the mitts on it, and chases it down. Good job by her. Here's Durham Campbell. Morrison trying to run it down on the far side. It'll be slowed down, and Fox is going to turn it up that far sideline. Right into the midst of Bush. Henderson helped that one out tremendously as she kicked that ball straight up in the air. And Savannah Henderson comes over, and as it's coming down, goes ahead and boots it the rest of the way. That's a good assist from your teammate. Viv Allen applying the defensive pressure, forces her to give it up, and it's kicked out of bounds, and Whitley Henry on the far side will toss it in. Here's Cassidy bringing it near side. Cassidy, a freshman on this year's squad. Rogotsky battling for position. Now Thomas trying to work it to the middle, brings it back near side, right next to her bench, and loses it out of bounds, and it's back to Boyd County as we approach 11 minutes to play in regulation. 5-0 Boyd, 4-0 at the half. One Faith Burnside goal here after the half that gave her the hat trick as Aubrey Moore tries the bicycle kick and loses it out of bounds. And a bad throw in there. So the throw in, the ball comes back to the spot of the throw, and it goes back to Boyd County because it never came in bounds. So that'll bring it all the way back up near midfield. Henderson launches this one down the sideline. Moore's going to have a run, but it's going to trickle out of bounds. Great idea there by Savannah. She can just absolutely launch a ball. If she's down near the 18 from about the 20-yard line in, she can get a ball down inside the 18 to give you some opportunities to do something good with it, and she does a great job of it. Here's Morrison. Turns it back across the 18, but nobody there. Now Viv Allen steps two, playing through the defensive pressure, working on the far side. Allen trying to get it into the right corner. Allen's still there, tries to turn it back across the 18, and that's going to be a corner kick coming up for the Lions, as now we're going to bring in several new faces. Tatum River, a sophomore, checks in, her first action. I believe Jocelyn Lawson just checked in, number 15. She did. Here's Moore. Ball comes all the way to the back post. Lawson with the save, had it for a moment. Mason County takes it away. Henderson loses it out of bounds. Henderson booms this one back downfield. And then it's returned to sender right back toward her. Nice job there by her settling it down. She'll take the drop. Kraft steps through. Nice piece of ball movement by her as she'll build from the back end. She's wanting Lawson to release. Slams on the brake, drops it off to Burnside. Burnside navigating now. Plays it through up to Moore. Intercepted, though. A great defensive effort stepping in there by Durham Campbell. Now Kraft rolls it through out to Moore. Moore had it for a moment outside the 18, but couldn't play it. It'll be a throw in for the Lions in that far corner as we go across the 8-minute mark here on this possession. Here's Moore. Drops it back out to Burnside. Burnside works to the right. And that one's well right of the goal. Two subs back on for Mason County. Ariel Morton making her first stop in the game tonight. And Madeline Gratza returning to action. Stepping off is Madison Thomas and Harley Dunham Campbell. 7.5 to play in regulation. It's been all Boyd County. Snap the scoreless affair in the 15th minute. And just piled on from there. Now they've got a run going. Henderson's going to step two, though, and take that one away. Slow roll down to Bush as she grabs this one to the mitt. She's played well tonight. Henderson for the back line, plays it back forward. Now Kraft. Drop off to Burnside. Burnside settles. Feeds it up that right side. Good ball there by Faith. Feeding it up to River. Boyd County throw. Here's Gracie Crow coming on. And she'll get Lawson. Six minutes to go in regulation. Burnside working with Moore. Burnside trying to work it to the left side. Cuts it back into the right, but lost the ball as it was deflected away. Mason County clears. Malia Allen turns it right back down to Burnside. Burnside off that left side now. Back into Moore. Moore had it at her feet for a second, but it's deflected away. And now Mason County rakes it out of bounds, and it'll be a Boyd County throw-in on the near side. Burnside steps two, just outside the 18, settles, too heavy on the touch, though. This one's all the way to the far sideline. River drops it back. There's Henry, who's playing on that back line in the defense. Bush will come out top of the 18 and make the grab. Leah Allen will just watch that one trickle across the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for the Lions. Here's back in the ballgame, Reagan Smith. As River comes off. Burnside wins it out of the air at midfield. Chips it ahead off to Moore. Moore with an angle on the left side. Moore taking it down into the left corner. And that one's popped out of bounds as Fox celebrates every time she kicks it away, but all it gives is Boyd County a throw. We have changed the clock to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And again, inside of 5 minutes, whenever Boyd County subs, the clock is supposed to stop, and I don't know that the signal had been given. So Burnside drops it into Moore. Moore has an angle just outside the 18, rolls it down inside. Here's a great ball by Aubrey Moore. And then a big swing of the leg as Kraft launches it over top of the crossbar. And a goal kick coming up for the Royals. Four minutes to go. Fox catches that one off the side of the foot. Boyd County throw. This will be Savannah Henderson. Favorite food, mac and cheese. Loves rap music. She wants to go to Greece. Favorite celebrity she would like to meet? Slimegerton. Have no idea who that is. Savannah, you will have to educate me on that one. I don't know who that is, or I'm going to have to educate myself. A little bit of a misty fog starting to gather over the lights here in Cannonsburg on this cool night. Now, again, it's a cool night compared to what the temperatures really are. It feels cold tonight just because of the fact of where we've been in the high to mid-90s for much of the last month and a half or so. Temperatures are set to come back up next week. But this weekend, I mean, all the way through this week, we're in the 70s, temperatures down around the, that's an illegal touch right there. That was outside the box when she grabbed the ball. So that's going to be a PK. Hang on, wait, let me see. I think it's a free kick. No, excuse me. That's a free kick from the spot where she touched the ball. That's my mistake. It was not she was outside the box, so that's the reason. I'll say she could go a little bit farther down where she was. Yes, there you go. It's a PK if it's a touchdown inside the box. And she made a great angle at that one and just come up a little bit too heavy, though. Final 2 minutes of regulation here. Boyd County is going to move on in the Kentucky 2A into the second round. And we'll get, I'm not certain the next round of where it will go. So we will have the information whenever we get the schedule for that. I know that it will be on the road. I did talk with Coach Fraley earlier this week, and he said that the only games from the tournament that would play here would be tonight. So it will be road matchups moving forward for Boyd County. But again, they are the Road Warriors. They will be on the road much of September. They do not come back home until the latter part of September with their 3 final games with Estill County, Russell, and Cabell Midland. Here's Burnside making a run. That one's off of her feet, and 1 minute to go in regulation. Here's Crow out of that left corner. Moore's there for a release if she needs it. She gets it to her. Moore gets shoved off the ball, saves the ball, puts it back down inside the 18. That's carried out of bounds, and it's a corner kick for the Lions inside of 30 seconds to go. Moore's going to take the corner. She drops it off to Burnside. Burnside working with the ball, working it down toward Moore. Now just doing a little tap dance as she holds it out near side. Pressure will come. And Burnside's just going to play keep away the last 10 seconds. And that's your final. Boyd County wins it by a final score of 5-0. Burnside with goal number 1 of the contest in the 15th minute. Cheyenne Burke a goal in the 24th minute. It was Gracie Crow in the 35th minute punching one in. Burnside put in her second goal of the match in the 40th minute. That was a 4-0 lead at the half. And then Burnside's third goal of the game comes in the 45th minute. 5-0 is your final score. So with the victory, Boyd County picks up win number 4 on the season. They move to 4-1-1. With the loss, Mason County evens up now at 3-3. Again, Boyd County up next. We'll have, obviously, another 2A game, but their next regular season game isn't scheduled until Saturday, September 6th. That's when they head to Grayson to play East Carter. Hat tip to my crew tonight, Trey and Felicia Collier. Phenomenal job by them. Great thanks to all the great folks here with Boyd County Athletics, Levi and Olivia Pennington for the boys and girls, Coach Pete Fraley, the athletic director here, and all the great folks at Boyd County High School. Final score here tonight, 5-0. Boyd County wins it. For Trey and Felicia Collier, everyone with Kool TV, I'm James Collier saying so long. We'll talk to you again on Thursday night for Boyd County Lions soccer right here on the Total Media Sports Network.
Thank you for watching another Boyd County Lions soccer broadcast on Kool TV. This broadcast of Boyd County Soccer has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Total Media Sports Network and Kool TV.